So one of the actors of Marvel's upcoming The Eternals, Kumail Nanjiani, I'm just gonna call him Kumail from this point on, because let's be real, I probably botched his last name. He talks about the hype for The Eternals, and he says it's one of the most epic films Marvel has made. This has gotten some backlash to him, and I really don't get why, because it makes sense on what he's saying, but yeah, we'll get to that. So Kumail has been doing the rounds, of course, after his crazy transformation from what we saw in the early seasons of Silicon Valley to the Eternals. He looks like he's trying to morph into a god. You know, good on him for taking on that fitness journey and delivering that. But now he has a role in the MCU to look forward to, and of course he's going to be playing one of the Eternals, one of the future franchise stars for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Assuming he survives, let me put that out there. So anyways, he talks about the epic scale of what's happening. You guys can check out the article down below, but he says, it's really, really an epic. And it's really such a science fiction story. It's a superhero story, but in some ways it's the most sci-fi of all the Marvel movies, and it's the most epic of all the Marvel movies, and the story spans thousands of years. So it's really not like any other Marvel movie. I love superhero movies, but beyond that, this is exactly the type of movie that I love. And then he does go on and he adds a little bit more. There's a few more quotes in there if you guys want to check that out. But I've seen some backlash to this. People are saying, how can it be the most sci-fi Marvel movie? There's Guardians, or how can it be the most epic? There's Avengers, Endgame, and Infinity War. Guys, can we just like stop this nonsense crap? Like 95, probably even like 99% of the people that are defending Guardians saying it can't be more epic. You didn't even care. You were probably the ones hating on Guardians saying it was going to kill the MCU. Again, nobody's seen anything from this film. From what we understand, you're going to have these godlike beings who are all flying around and literally like gods, spanning thousands of years, fighting giant Galactus-looking dudes that are literally crushing planets. Hell, there's that poster out what looks like he's looking over his shoulder and there's a little planet. These dudes are literally giant space beings. Nobody's seen anything like this before. The whole point of the Eternals is to get everybody to look at it and go, wow, we've never seen that before. That's literally the point of it. So yeah, you can understand what he's saying. He's not saying, oh, that movie puts the Endgame movie to shame. That makes that look like a garbage joke. That's not what he's saying. Stop taking all these actors' quotes out of context and blowing them out to something it's not. He's saying it's the most epic because it is. It's spanning thousands of years. Tons of different variety of superhero and fighting giant celestial looking beings. You know, the head of nowhere, that thing? Yeah, they're gonna fight one of those in its prime. Guess what? That's gonna look more epic than Avengers Endgame. I'm sorry to tell you that. Yes, the portal scenes is one of the most mind-blowing things around, but on a sheer scope of epic, the Eternals in space fighting a giant creature that's flying towards Earth that looks humanoid and is a giant robot, yeah, that sounds a little bit more epic. I'm sorry.